Hello everyone, welcome back to the What Comes After Love episode 4 recap. Let's get right into it. So in this episode, Aoki imagines Choi running towards him, the past version of her running towards him in the present, and he asks if she is okay. And I do believe, from what I was seeing, this is my interpretation, I could be wrong, that he was asking if she was okay in terms of like the present, like talking to her past self and asking if she's okay. That's how I interpreted it, like as if he never made the mistakes he made in the past and had no regrets. So that's how I was looking at it. Then his alarm rings and he wakes up. His ex-girlfriend calls him and he looks very nonchalant as she's on the phone talking about, we got drunk last night, we got real ham, yada yada yada. Like he doesn't really care, like he's not interested in that girl at all. Then Aoki wonders if him and Choi are destined, if they're meant to be. And then Minjun, her fiance, bombards Choi with a bunch of sweet messages in the next scene. And then Choi also remembers when she came back from Korea, and also like how her sister was asking her, have you finally broken up with him? Have you moved on? Yada, yada, yada. And then in the present, her mum tells her, you're not supposed to marry somebody you love. And I'm thinking it's because her mum married someone that she doesn't love, you know, because her husband was in love with a Japanese woman, but her father-in-law did not allow her husband to marry that woman. So she's coming from that perspective. And I think it's actually very possible when the show ends that the male lead and female lead don't get together. The way things are going, I don't think they're going to end up together. Especially because people who have read the book said that it's an open ending and they're not entirely sure about what's going to happen. So I'm like, she might end up actually marrying Minjun. And I don't really mind because he's cute and he's nice. I mean, that seems to be the bare minimum that we can ask for at this point. And then in a flashback, Choi is invited to her boss's wedding. The boss that has that, you know, that little cafe shop that she works at. And she wants to bring Aoki. And she asks Aoki what Japanese weddings are like, and he kind of evades the question, like he doesn't want to answer the question. And then she asks her friend, and her friend's like, yeah, Japanese weddings are completely different to Korean weddings. They have their own culture and customs and traditions and stuff like that. And then she ends up trying on a wedding dress in front of Aoki, and he's like, you look so beautiful. And then Aoki gets a new job, and so he ends up not attending the wedding with her, and she's expecting him to be there. She's actually going to be performing at the wedding. She ends up performing a song kind of singing about her love for Aoki, and he's not there to see that performance. And so by the time he finishes work, he runs to the wedding, but everybody's already left, and she ends up yelling at him because she's like, I expected you to be there, you didn't tell me what was going on. Again, you don't communicate with me when stuff doesn't go the way you want it to. You don't tell me anything, you don't update me, that kind of stuff. And then we're back to the present, and Minjun is playing tennis with his friend, who is talking about how nervous his wife was before their wedding, trying to kind of tell Minjun that if Choi is nervous, like don't be shocked, because his wife was nervous and didn't really want to say any of her feelings until a year like after their wedding, to kind of calm Minjun down. And then we get a flashback of Aoki, Choi, and Aoki's dad hanging out at their house. And Choi learnt that his mother ran away from home when he was young, and he spent some time with his grandmother. And his grandmother would often make him something called a Mont Blanc cake, which is like, the way it's arranged, it looks like a mountain on the cake. And so after that, in the flashback, they go to like a bakery, and she tries to buy him a cake, but the cake is like $35 and she can't afford it. And then he says that he's not hungry and doesn't want the cake. It's like anything she tries to do for him or like communicate with him and like do him a favor, he's always trying to like run away from it. Like the guy clearly has some sort of trauma that we've already explored, like his mum running away, growing up with his grandmother, his dad being some sort of musician bar guy. Like I guess the guy's quite troubled in that sense. And then they hang out a little later, and then he promises to write a novel about their love, which he's literally done in the present. Like he's written a novel about their love. And then right at the end of the episode, Minjun meets Aoki at his book signing and asks if Aoki knows Choi Hung, and then the episode ends. So based on these 4 episodes so far, I know it's not going to have like a reuniting ending. Like they're going to go their separate ways, they're going to get closure, but I don't think they're going to get together. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen at the end. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.